Welcome back for another Anime and Beyond episode reaction. I'm Noah.
I'm Devin.
We're back with My Hero Academia for Season 5, Episode 20. Last week, there was really breaking news, is what I would call it.
Yeah.
We found out that Kuroguri, or if I probably butchered that name again, let me say that again. We found out that Kurogiri is actually a Nomu, which this whole time, I just thought he was someone with a quirk. And not only is he a Nomu, the base of him that was used to create him was the friend of Eraserhead and Present Mike, Oboro. And not only that, the quirk was manipulated somehow to create a new type of quirk.
Yeah.
So that alone, it's a lot of breaking news. And then at the end of the episode, it finishes off seeing the doctor. I would say in my mind, I confirm it. He's the doctor that met with Midoriya when he was younger. And looks like adding quirks inside of Shigaraki.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And it looked like towards the end, they were showing Oboro kind of coming out.
Yeah.
And he kind of revealed to them the kind of secret that they wanted to know. It was about, I believe it had something to do with the hospital.
The hospital, yeah.
Yeah. And then I mentioned last time how the shots, the triggers were like a small part of, you know, this big experiment that they're doing. So yeah, just that was interesting how all those things were like kind of compiled together.
Throughout the week, I was thinking of this episode and the vestiges that are inside of the One For All quirk, they're still in there, their desires are still in there, and I think All Might's predecessor kind of was like, you know, it's just like them building up and like they want to accomplish things still.
Right.
Where it's kind of like the unnatural form, this is the unnatural form of it, but we got to see one of the, I guess, vestiges of a quirk that's inside Kurogiri's body.
Yeah.
It's just like the dark side.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
It's not natural,
yeah.
And so it just seems like wrong.
So the thing, yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say, because I was wondering. So Operu's dead, technically, but his corpse is being used. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's another thing that I wasn't 100% sure on. I would say he is dead because it sounded like they found his body, but I was thinking when I first watched the episode, I was thinking of when they took one of the pussycats and they took her quirk but left her alive.
Right.
So in my mind, I was like, oh, well, they can still be alive, or they have to be alive when they get the quirk. But I actually don't know how the doctor works.
I don't know if they
alchemy magic there.
Yeah, I don't know. Can they like extract their whole person here, like their memories, like all the stuff that make them, and then just take that from them and then make it into something else, and they call that what Koguri is.
Maybe. I'm one. Another thing that made me think of with this episode throughout the week is I remember hearing a story one time. This might be from beyond belief factor fiction, and it may not be true, but I'm gonna believe it's true.
Yeah, it
and
could
it's
be
like
true.
Something had happened to a person's eyes. Someone else had passed away, and those eyes were given to the person who needed them, and they recognized someone who they had never seen before. But the person who had passed away, who was the original owner of those eyes, which that sounds weird to say. It's not like the Uchiyas. But anyways, there's that person that person knew.
That sounds very interesting.
It sounds interesting. So I guess that's what made me think the quirk is still part of the body. So whether or not they use the person as a base, or somehow they're able to just extract the quirk and put it into this person, makes me think that's like, again, that's still a piece of that person in there.
Right.
Yeah, because
then that's why he came out a little bit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I think we're on the same page now. But I'm gonna go out on a limb now and say that the doctor, whatever his quirk is, it's gonna be something having to do probably with alchemy. That's my guess is gonna be now.
Who even needs alchemy?
You know how Disney has Easter eggs?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like that for anime too?
Oh, we got one in My Hero already. We had Jujutsu Kaisen in there. Remember that?
Did we?
Oh, you haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen. Never mind. Okay.
Dang it!
I'll say it was Natsu. We'll just say it's.
Oh, that's okay. I've seen
the
him.
kid with pink hair.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen the memes. You've seen the memes.
Well, I saw him, and I knew that he looked familiar. Now I'm like,
I don't. Listen, you gotta watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Okay, you just gotta watch it.
I thought he looked familiar.
Before we get into the reaction, if you're new here, if you like My Hero Academia, you can subscribe so you can get notifications in the future. And we react to other stuff like Dragon Quest, Dr. Stone, and we have a bunch of other stuff in there as well. But without further ado, let's get into the reaction.
Okay, get right to it. Get it.
You know who else he reminds me of? Dr. Robotnik.
I was about to say that. I was like, Dr. Robotnik.
I almost said it last week, but I kept forgetting to say it.
I don't care.
Okay.
Dude, you should put a.
Whoa!
You should put a meme. Dr. Robotnik meme.
Don't you ever call me again.
He looks like Dr. Robotnik's brother.
No!
What power?
Yeah. Oh, 2 months ago.
Oh, this is when you first did it?
Oh, this is a gigantic guy. I think they showed him last season. They showed them recruiting him. Oh,
Interesting.
man.
That dude looks kind of...
That dude's swole.
It looks like he'll be one of the top villains.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Dude, imagine if him and Muscular was still on the same squad.
Dude,
Muscular, we got lucky taking him out early.
Yeah.
Dude, he's probably testing him. Is he like a kid?
Maybe.
I'm just gonna call him Giganto.
Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that. Dang.
He can handle... Does that mean he has multiple quirks?
Oh, he's going through that like butter. Oh. All for one.
Oh, I wonder if it's a recording.
So all he has to do is play his voice?
Wait, yeah, if All For One had that quirk, how does he have it too?
Yes.
Does he have him stored away?
Oh!
I mean, that's a lot of no moves there. Ooh, that's a nasty one. Oh, there's double rows.
Sheesh.
What is that certain something?
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking he did that before. Was able to transport them.
And dang, he's kind of calling him out. I wonder if they erased his memories.
Right.
Oh, I wonder if he knows him. That was all that's left of him? Dang, even his sister?
Dang.
Or cousin or whoever that was? Why would they give him those hands?
Are there their hands?
He said that's all that's left of your family.
That's weird.
Or unless they put their ashes inside them.
And then manipulated it?
Maybe. Is this like a villain training arc?
Seriously.
Oh. Good ally. I wonder if this is gonna happen to do with the Todorokis.
I was thinking.
Oh, he's got pet no moves. Ugh. Oh,
yeah.
It's him. So maybe All For One never had that quirk, and it was that guy.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
He's just crusty as all get out, man. Oh, twice. Okay.
Dang.
I'm like, the only way you can really probably convince him is just destroying his whole body.
If they can do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh, they're noticing patterns about him now. He reminds me of the cyborg off One Piece.
Oh, okay.
The one that where Zoro took his pain. Luffy's
Yeah.
pain.
Kuma.
Raphael. Strapping up.
Oh, that was a fart.
It's his phone.
What?
What?
Now it's turning into Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh. No.
Wow. So they were separate originally. Okay.
Dang.
Poor guy. Oh, so they planted their own people. Wow, they went from 116,000 to 400,000. Right? Isn't that what it's at now? 400,000? What do you think they're going to do? Go rescue him or leave him there?
I think they're going to go try to rescue him.
I think they're going to leave him there.
You think he's going to leave him?
Well, unless they can beat this Giganta guy. Oh, okay. So they have time. They have time. Oh, he's going to use him. Because the Gigantico guy's going to find him.
That's smart, yeah.
So is that how those buildings have been getting destroyed? He just goes to another location and destroys the city?
Interesting. Interesting little backstory.
Yeah.
What I want to know is this guy's name, this business guy, which I don't like his nose. That's the whole reason I don't like this guy. His name is Redestro, and then obviously this guy's name is Destro, which looks like is the guy in the picture. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, is he somehow like related to him, or is it kind of like the relationship between Midoriya and All Might? You know, like a ideology that he likes, he admires, and he wants to follow after that kind of, or kind of like I guess you can even say Stain to All Might, because he kind of likes his.
Well, maybe I think I'm more on the board with you with the All Might and Midoriya, and then even Shigaraki All for One, and then Overhaul, and then his mentor, or his master.
Right.
I think those are all, in my mind, those are all better parallels for them.
Right. But it's weird because like now it seems like they're both seem to be villains, and they're fighting amongst each other. So there's like. It's weird, like you said, there was going on last season.
That's what that reminded me of. Yeah, because and even they said it too. Right. They were like, "Hey, this is just like with the Yakuza and how they kind of wanted our name, but they wanted to be in charge as well. Yeah, it's like either you fight us and you get killed, or you just let us be in charge. Right, like, that's the way it's gonna work."
Nah. We know that Shigaraki already had a plan to bait Giganto over there. Yeah. And to get him to do his job, and then maybe destroy him there, so then he could get his wish from the doctor.
Yeah, because he's got to use up that HP, right?
Right. It's like, well, he says his HP is too high. That's why it's taking forever. That would be an interesting development. And then, like we were talking about, that's probably why we see all these cities being destroyed, because they're kind of hunting these people down. And I guess I don't know, are these people in hiding or something?
Well, it sounds like,
because it's like they have the satellite. They're watching everybody else, and they could be like in hiding somewhere. Maybe that's why he's going to all these cities and destroying them.
Well, but also they have people in different positions, like kind of like how we saw Hawks is with the Liberation Army in the Hero Organization. It looked like they're having people over different types of organizations, and maybe that's how they have access to satellites and stuff. But even more so than the Yakuza. These people, they have a whole lot more members.
Technically, I think Shigaraki can control Giganto pretty easily. He just needs a voice recorder, right?
Yeah, that would definitely work.
All he needs is to have the voice of All for One.
Yeah.
And it's a wrap, you know. He can control him. Maybe not beat him, but control him.
Kind of like you telling Siri to say something like, have All for One's voice say, do this for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he could, but I think that would be going against what Shigaraki wants, because he wants to be in charge.
That's true.
I kind of like this Giganto guy and how the fact that he pretty much worshipped All for One. But this also reminds me of Naruto, how only one person, it ended up being two people. Sasuke was the second person that was able to control Jigo's curse mark.
Right.
And that's what this reminded me of, because like nobody else can beat me except All For One, so I don't respect anybody else.
See, I definitely got Stain vibes.
You got Stain vibes
when he said that, because he said the same thing with All Might.
Mm-hmm. I think they are both similar, like different ways obviously, but they're definitely both similar. And I like the fact that Shigaraki as a villain is already thinking of ways to use him.
Right.
Because I feel like that's not normal for Shigaraki. Well, what we saw last season, he also used Overhaul and he took advantage.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big transition from season 1 when he was just a whiner and not really doing anything.
Yeah. He's definitely. Like in this episode, he's talking about his frustration and controlling that frustration. And we see a little bit of his past. Briefly. Yeah. Of the, puzzled memories that he could remember. He is learning on how to control that, but at the same time, so, and this is probably part of what the doctor's going to do to him. I don't know if it's something that's going to help control his frustrations or maybe enhance it some way. And, maybe it'll just be like OP. But either way, it's interesting to know, but he does seem to be getting like better at controlling it, at least a little bit, and not using it rashly. So and
that's another thing, like you were mentioning, and how we don't know like what the kind of quirks he's gonna get or whatever. This Giganto guy, they said could have multiple quirks.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does have them,
right,
but he can have them, and that would make him, if he's not OP now.
Overhaul.
He's already.
Not Overhaul. Overhaul could kind of do that, right?
Yeah, like
he could take over people and then.
Yeah, if he morphed them into his body, then he can use their quirk as well.
But All For One 2.0.
All For One.
Or So it's funny. He said that Shigaraki's not worthy to be the replacement. He's like, I won't accept it. But he always had him as a backup. If All For One knew that he wasn't going to be enough for All Might, why didn't he just use him as backup to defeat?
Well, I think it's because he's literally doing all this for Shigaraki. I think he was trying to get All Might out of the way. But he wants Shigaraki to take over.
But I'm thinking, is that his ultimate plan for him to take over, or is it to get rid of the heroes permanently?
I think right now, from what he's told us, that's his ultimate plan. Now, again, is that what he actually wants? Is his plan to make Shigaraki the huge villain and to wear out the heroes, and he takes back over, and it's just him on top now?
Right.
Because if you look at Shigaraki now, he's been involved with taking down a huge crime syndicate, and now the Liberation Army, if he's involved in taking that down, and then also taking the heroes down,
right,
like he's knocking off all these pieces on the board. So if All For One ever gets out of prison, boom,
down. Exactly.
And like we were saying, like it's only a matter of time until one of the cities that they destroy is in the prisons in there, and that gets destroyed too, and then all criminals, like it turns into Arkham, and everybody's on the loose.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Doctor and how
Dr. Robotnik?
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik. He's like not really trusting Shigaraki yet. He said he was gonna help him anyways at the end of it all, but he's like, you have to meet this metric. What do you think about the Doctor doing that?
I'm not sure what he's onto, to be honest. I don't know. I think how, for example, on Madden, you have all these stats, and he's trying to test. Okay, he has good enough this for the experiment. He has.
Oh, so like from a doctor's perspective, not okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
He has like 90% this. He has 90%. Okay, he needs a little bit more of this, so I know what to enhance. I know what to enhance here, and maybe it's something like that.
That's a good point. This could be purely for his research.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. I like that idea.
He got
it.
I try. Yeah. So, I also want to know a little bit more about Shigaraki's backstory. Mm-hmm. So I expect a part 2, because they didn't explain like all the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
In this past. And maybe they will later. Maybe it'll be something that happens later. But it kind of left off on that cliffhanger in that sense. Yeah, it just seems like they totally wiped part of his memory out.
Yeah.
And then just left purposely only the memory that he can remember for All For One. Mm-hmm. And that's it. So, but he can still remember bits and pieces. Now this reminds me of the whole incident of last episode.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah. Because he only had the Nomu memories?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a similarity. Did they use something like that on him already?
I would bet so, because All For One has gained so many different quirks. And then there's this doctor, which we don't know his quirk yet. So I 100% with you. I was thinking the same thing. I believe that one of them used the quirk to erase his memory. So that way he wouldn't have it at that point in time. Because for all we know, All For One could have killed everybody.
That's what I was thinking.
But I think Shigaraki probably did harm maybe someone on accident because his quirk... I mean, let's just think about his quirk. He had to have harmed someone. Rogue from the X-Men, she killed someone.
Right.
She was kissing him in the movie.
Yeah.
And he definitely did harm someone, but I think the whole family could have got wiped out from All For One just so we could take him. Because then again, that was the predecessor's grandson.
Right.
So after she passed away, he could have just wrecked everybody.
Yeah. Think about it. I mean, why? I mean, I also think about, like, why was All For One and why did All For One and All Might have such a history in the back? You know, was it like a long line history of all the, you know, let's say, I guess, the vestiges, you know, the one before All Might and all that. I wonder if it was All For One, first of all. And I wonder the hands. I'm wondering about the hands because I think they said that it was his family, their hands.
These are the remains of your family. So then right there, it looks like it's going to be their actual body parts. But then you see these blue things and all the hands are the same size. But then when you look back at the memories, you wound up murdering your family.
Okay, so are they blaming him?
Yeah. Look at his memory. Like, he's slowly remembering them. But, like, there's a kid there. There's ladies there. And there's a guy. He's stoned up. I don't think all of them would have the same size hand.
Oh, man. So, I just thought of something screwed up. What if All For One took away certain memories from him and inputted certain other memories that never really happened, like twisted it and made him like in this sense made him think that he was the one that killed his family, but All For One was the one that really did.
I could 100% believe that.
That would be sick. Then I would really feel bad for Shigaraki because he's just, man, these villains just use these people as pawns, man.
Yeah,
like corporations. On what?
Dabi mentioned that he was not going to go with Shigaraki and the crew to try to get Giganto, but he was going after someone who he thinks would make a good ally. Now, we both said at the same time when we watched back the clip just to make sure. But do you think it's Hawks or do you think it's someone else?
Okay, now I'm
and if it's someone else, who?
Okay, I think it might be someone else.
Okay,
but I don't know. So it could be Hawks. It could be Hawks. Because we see Hawks, we're kind of working alongside with him. But I'm thinking inadvertently, maybe Endeavor.
Okay, because of the interaction, because it could be father. Now, I will say I don't think it's Hawks.
Okay.
And that's purely because Hawks, he seemed to have been getting involved with the Liberation Army, and they hadn't even met the Liberation Army at this point.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what I'm gonna go with, because when Dabi introduced Hawks, or when the Inomu fought, the next day started season 5 or something like that. Within a week, season 5 started. So it was all in a short period of time. I don't know who it could be. Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I'm thinking
unless it is one of his brothers. Unless he thinks he can get Todoroki.
Oh. So wait, is this confirmed? That he
well, I'm assuming it's confirmed. That's just an assumption out of me. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, for a second, I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Okay.
Well, in my mind, I'm going with the 100% fact that they're brothers. Right. And so that's why I was thinking that, yeah.
Okay. Well, if they are, because if they are, that's very possible. But you know what? It could be a reverse psychology thing though too.
Okay.
It could be he tries to get Todoroki. If let's assume they are brothers.
Okay.
Finds out he's alive. Todoroki agrees, but doesn't really. This is kind of like his way of trying to get his dad to prove himself.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it could just be totally something different. But
yeah, it might be someone that we just don't know, or we haven't met yet.
Yeah. I want to know more about Dabi and his past, because I think he's linked to endeavor for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited to see the rest of this because, I mean, this is getting kind of. This is honestly, I did not expect it to be like this.
No.
Like, so this is totally like news to me. Like, according to the structure, I thought it was gonna be like, you know, we're gonna still go back to the hero side and. Mm-hmm. But they're still talking about. I mean, I guess, and it makes sense how the liberation, and you know them talking about how the League of Villains are how they first interacted and how they kind of work together. Mm-hmm. So looking forward to seeing more of that story develop, and just the rest of the season. Thank y'all for watching and supporting our channel. Don't forget to check out our social media accounts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this episode reaction and review.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Rumble. You can follow our friends on YouTube as well. Jfrizl, Clammy, and Bloxtun for gaming, Rich Aladdin for short films, or Text Away for sermons, and Thought You Should Know podcast that discusses all things mental health.
With that said, I'm Devin.
I'm Noah.
And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.